Conflict is always in the news, but a museum that's just opened in Sarajevo digs deeper than the headlines. It offers an insight into the horrors of war through the eyes of children. It's brought together the belongings of people who spent their childhoods in the besieged city and helps us understand what war did to their lives.
Stories of loss, childhood diaries, and a tear in the eye. The War Childhood Museum in Sarajevo offers insights into what it's like growing up in wartime. Its exhibits were donated by people who were children during the 4-year siege of the city in the 1990s. Collecting such personal and treasured possessions was a unique experience for the museum's founder.
Creating a museum like this is a challenge in many ways. First and foremost, there is the challenge of creating the collection and building trust with people who sometimes give you very important objects. For example, a girl gave us a letter that she carried for 20 years in her wallet. To get hold of such a thing, you have to create trust.
The collection consists of almost 4,000 objects. Each is accompanied by its owner's personal story. The exhibits on display will be rotated so that visitors can continually see something new. The museum is a memorial to the children who died in the Bosnian War, about 3,500 of them, but also a testament to the living.
We don't mean, of course, to minimize the trauma that children have suffered. It's a very important factor in their growth. But we want to emphasize the resistance of children, the way they overcame the cruel conditions of their childhood.
Mela Softic was 8 when the siege of Sarajevo began. Focusing on ballet helped her keep her sanity.
Classical dance was my escape. It allowed me to disconnect from reality. And when I heard music for ballet and busied myself with choreography, for example, to prepare a performance, I joined the world. In my thoughts, I was no longer in a war in Sarajevo, but in a fairy tale.
Filip Andronik, today a comedian and cartoonist, was 11 when the war broke out. He spent months taking shelter in the basement of his building. He turned that time into an exercise in the art of the survival. He started collecting jars and empty packaging from humanitarian aid.
This collection has been listed in the Guinness Book of Records, the first record in Bosnia. My collection has nearly 2,000 objects. This is only a small part of the packaged products. I handed over my entire collection to the War Childhood Museum.
The museum shows how conflict affects children. It also has a strong anti-war message. Looking at today's headlines, it seems its lessons have yet to be learned.